If he doesn't bingo, I just can't see myself losing this endgame. I have this. If he blocks, hush. Get isn't a word. Maybe he meant to play Gelt. I'll ask him. Just in case it was a typo. He might have just thought that was a word. Oh, Dutch elections. Which direction are things going? What did he play? Did you mean... Oops. Yeah, I think he probably just meant to play Gelt. Here's the thing. I remember a time on one of these club nights where my opponent like totally screwed up and played a ridiculous word by mistake. And I thought they were just trying to play some word that they misspelled. So I gave them their turn back, and then they played something completely different. And as a result of that, I'm wary that my opponent now is not going to play Gelt, but rather passing my turn is gonna he's gonna see that he has what words could he have with GL? What words could he have with GL? Four leg. I actually don't know but I don't know that he has the L. So he could just have anything with the G. What could he have? I don't see it. Anyways, he meant to say magnanimous. Oh. So now what I have to do is challenge, but I can't pass back. I have to play Okay, what phony should I play? Let's play... What's the funniest phony I can come up with? Because this is what I have to do. Otherwise, the game ends because of this 6-pass rule. Let's think of a funny phony to play. Okay. Okay, so if I were to just have passed, the game would end and the tiles that I had would be deducted from my score, and the tiles that he had would be deducted from his score, and all the other tiles wouldn't matter. So when something like this happens, and the times that it usually happens is when I'm playing like a casual game, maybe like a blitz game with somebody, and we're just fooling around and we play some stupid words that we know are not valid. And when that happens, it's a gentleman's whatever you call that. He doesn't even... so much wrong with just. There's so much wrong with what just happened. Where do I begin? Oh shit. Okay, I guess I'm just, um, okay, I need a beer. It's just a lost cause. Why do I even try? There's some people. There's some people that have seen so much stupidity in the game of Scrabble that they no longer try to be like courteous to their opponents. Maybe I've played enough. Maybe I've been courteous enough. Okay. What? Let me explain what happened. At this level, Sean Gocher has been playing long enough that whenever he plays a phony 4-letter word, he's either completely messed up in the head or he just mistyped something. For the most part, when somebody that's like an expert player, when somebody who's an expert player plays a phony like 3 or 4-letter word, you can be pretty sure they didn't mean to do that. So when he played get with 2 T's, I wondered. I mean, it's possible he thought that was a word, but it's, I think, more likely that he just made it, he typoed. And when somebody typos, it's like in chess when someone like has a mouse slip, you can give them their turn back if you're being courteous. In a tournament, like, you'll probably want to let them mouse slip. But this is just club, this is just for fun. So yeah, I was just like, hey, like, did you mess up? And he's like, yeah, I did. So it's kind of like a mutual understanding. Like, I figured he was trying to play Gelt, and sometimes when you're typing on the screen, as I'll show here, if you're typing on the screen, and yes, indeed he had an L. So he's probably like maybe typing GELT, and maybe he just didn't type his L, and he typed the T even though the T is already on the board. So the most likely thing is he would have played Gelt like that. But perhaps, like, if he was just making sure that he didn't, because he's probably made this mistake before, he was probably making sure, like, he played only 2 letters. But yeah, I think he meant to play Gelt, so I gave him his turn back. Like, hey, you played Get. Was that a mistake? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, I'm giving you your turn back. Thanks for the follow, K-Pogue. Appreciate it. Good to see you here. I think if you just joined, you missed something really insanely hilarious. So I gave him his turn back, and I was like, okay, play Gelt. That's what you're trying to play, because that's a valid word. I don't... Now I have to explain to my clubmate. So instead of playing Gelt, he made the same mistake. But the craziest thing about that is he said, oh, thank you, like, it won't matter much. And yes, that was another typo. Why do I even try? And I thought he was referring to the fact that he does that often. but actually, he might have been referring to the fact that he had get on the board again already. And he thought he had played it. So then he immediately plays get again, and I'm like, okay, like either I just stop and just play like it's a lost cause, or I just like, look, like you made a mistake twice, whatever, fool me once. Anyways, so like here, I'll give you your turn back again. But there's a rule in Scrabble, this is the same in chess, that if you have a repetition of the same thing 3 times each, the game is over. So you can't pass your turn 6 times. So if I challenge his word off and then pass, and then he plays another phony word and I challenge it off, I actually can't. It's actually more complicated on that, because online is, I think, 4 passes. So I don't think I can pass again. I might have to demonstrate it. But if I just passed, I think the game would end. So I had to play a phony word. That's what I do sometimes when this happens. But like I said, this usually only happens when people are fooling around. So I passed my turn, but I didn't. I played a phony that was obviously a phony word that he should have seen and challenged, but he didn't see it. And not only did he not see it, he didn't play his original play, which was the only play he was supposed to play. Because we had like the handshakes, like you meant to play this, you have to play this. If you play something else, that's not fair because you had already committed to your play. So he played something completely different, which is so wrong on so many levels, because not only did he let me play Jivey, I wonder what he would have let me play. Not only did he play Jivey, he let me play Jivey H, he played something completely different, and now I have a completely new rack, and I have to just go with it, because he played a valid word. It's just so ridiculous. It's just so dumb. I can't believe that happened. Totally crazy. Let me catch up on chat.